Coming up now in the Europe group, Claudio Castagnoli takes on Nigel McGuinness. Probably, mathematically speaking, statistically speaking, the most interesting group here in the Crimson Universe Pro Wrestling World Cup. Currently, Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., and Nigel McGuinness are all tied for first place. A win here for Nigel McGuinness only sends him further up and potentially solidifies his place. A win for Claudio keeps him alive in the competition and only sends him up to 2 points because he suffered a loss. He's currently at 0. It only sends him up to 2 points. But it ruins Nigel's chance. Potentially completely. Because if Nigel loses, he loses a point. He goes down 1. And suddenly Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay are the top 2. And we don't have a top 3 situation. And like I said, it keeps Claudio alive. A draw helps Nigel McGuinness a little bit, but not as much as you'd want when you have 2 people that are tying with you. Because then you gotta hope that they go to a tie, and then you gotta hope that you win the tiebreaker, whatever that ends up being. And regarding tiebreakers, if you have a victory over someone that you've tied with, then you take that priority. If it is a complete and utter tie with no wins or losses differentiating you, then we'll have to go to another tiebreaker format. So for example, if Nigel McGuinness and Zack Sabre Jr. are tying, but Nigel McGuinness was able to beat Zack Sabre Jr., Nigel McGuinness would go on beyond Zack Sabre Jr., for example.
5 minutes gone.
Now we can't count out Claudio. He has 2 matches left, one against Nigel McGuinness and one against Will Ospreay, I believe. 2 wins sends him straight up to 4 points. And it sends Nigel McGuinness down to 3. And it sends Will Ospreay potentially down to 3. He still has a chance in here. Also, I would like to mention I misspoke in the last Asia group match. There, Konosuke Takeshita actually has 2 matches. Tetsuya Naito and Kazuchika Okada. So there are still 2 more matches in that group stage. So maybe I think Shingo Takagi still has his place at the top, but it is a little more competitive for Shingo than I led on in that last video because I misunderstood. A war of European uppercuts between these 2. Now Nigel has been able to score a victory before in this tournament. I believe against Pac, who actually has suffered 2 losses. Claudio has also suffered a loss in this tournament, in this group. And he needs to make sure to not have that happen today, but the Rainmaker may be enough for Nigel to put Claudio away, but no. Claudio has more in the tank than that. Going up top here, Claudio, a gut-wrench suplex from the top. He thinks that's enough to put away Nigel McGuinness, but it was not. Now, I think actually the one match that Nigel McGuinness won, he hit the Jawbreaker Lariat, and he has not hit it since that match, suggesting that the Jawbreaker Lariat will give him the... As I was saying that, almost poetic, but not enough. Claudio was thinking of something. The neutralizer. But that Jawbreaker Lariat absolutely took a lot out of him. He could not capitalize. Ricola Bomb. Is that enough? That would have been a huge upset in the standings. Both avoiding each other's moves there. Nigel McGuinness able to take advantage but not for long. Claudio fighting back. Battle of European uppercuts here. They're fired up. Headbutt. Standing him up. I think he wanted that Rainmaker again. Combination of strikes here from Nigel McGuinness. Could knock a guy out with something like that. Into the ropes. Huge running European uppercut. I mean, I think in a European uppercut war, Claudio has the advantage. He's dragging Nigel McGuinness closer to the center. Nigel, he seems a bit out of breath. And that may cost him. This may go to a draw now. But the neutralizer may give it to Claudio. 1, 2. No. Into the ropes. Swiss death.
30 more seconds.
He's going for the swing. I don't think this is the right decision with the amount of time we have. But he could pin him. But he
10 more
doesn't.
seconds.
And it's over. Potentially 3 more seconds could have given Claudio the victory. I think that pretty much crushes Claudio's chance at advancing. For Nigel McGuinness, he still has a chance, but he's got tough competition up there with Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay. Thanks for watching. We're off to North America next.